Another point that Steve Goncalves mentioned last night that was really, really like obvious. Like, Pullman and Moscow are such small cities or towns that when you go to buy Dickies, anything Dickies, the selection, as Steve pointed out, is slim, very slim. Not when you go to a big city, you have a ton of Dickies options, boots and whatever, like Steve said. No, when you go to Pullman and Moscow and things like that, your Dickies selection is pretty slim. So when the FBI went to these stores, when they got the receipts, they saw what selection there was. And overalls were some, like the one piece. That was one. You know, there's not many options of what it could be. And also, Steve mentioned that, yeah, Steve sometimes talks too much, but anyways, whatever. We get more information because of Steve, so whatever. And it just helps put to rest some theories, and I respect that because there's so many theories out there, and it's just like, okay, I like theories, but to a realistic point, okay? So also, he mentioned that he didn't just come up with this unalive kit on his own. He was told that by the FBI and those investigating the case in law enforcement and whatnot, that they assumed that, and this is not confirmed, but they assumed that there would have been a unalive kit brought in with the unaliver at the scene. And that is why this person, and also he mentioned the fact that Brian wrote this essay for DeSales, and I've talked about this. Like, he basically wrote his own crime. He wrote exactly, and he knew what he was doing. He knew what to wear. He knew what to do, how not to cross-contaminate, how to not bring DNA out or in. And there's another thing that he mentioned that is out of this world that nobody's talked about that he mentioned. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it in the next one. Wow, I can't believe it. Nobody's talked about this.